What's up, everybody? It's Big John. I have a number one. I need one more subscriber to give away my first free comic book. So if you have somebody out there that likes what I do or thinks that would like what I do, have them subscribe, and then one of you guys, one of the 30 of you, is going to get a free comic book. But more importantly, I've been getting a lot of emails from people about, do I restore comic books? No. I have, and I didn't. They came out fine. I just don't like doing it. I'd like to try to clean it and repair what I can, but I don't like to do color touch. I don't like to put in pulp or filler paper for staple holes that have been hollowed out or rotten out or ripped out. Just not a fan. Now, there is one practice that I will do, but the paper has to be really dang close to matching, and that's what I call Frankensteining. For instance, Amazing Spider-Man 238, the first Hobgoblin, comes with tattoos. Well, if that doesn't have tattoos, you're not going to go and buy another 238 because the book's just too expensive. But there is other ways to get those tattoos. There's a Fantastic Four issue that has the tattoos, same tattoos in it. And basically you can remove those tattoos from the Fantastic Four, remove the staple, and then Frankenstein the tattoos in the 238. And now you have a 238 with tattoos. And you can get away with not getting a purple label. It's not easy. You have to make sure that you don't scratch the staple. You're using plastic. You have to take your time. You have to be very, very patient. But it can be done. I know I've done it about 4 times and never gotten a purple label. They don't even know you've done it. All it says is, comes with tattoos. So I have gotten away with it. Do I like doing it? No, I really don't. One of the biggest books that I've ever done was an Incredible Hulk 181 that the MVS had been removed, cut out. And I used to have a few copies of that book that had no covers or they were missing a page or something, but they had the MVS. Okay, and I've taken and Frankenstein the whole page. I've removed both staples, removed that page, put in a page with the MVS where the color of the page was almost identical, and then put the book back together and then press, clean it, and then send it off and have it graded. And I have, again, yet to get a purple label. So, but it's not something that I practice. It's not something that I tell people to do. If they want to do it, it can be quite expensive. For instance, if I were to do an MVS for a Hulk 181, it's going to be anywhere between $150 and like $300. It's very, very time consuming, and it really is going to depend on the paper quality. If it's yellow, off-white, white, depends on what I have. So, I mean, but it's a very, very difficult process because you don't want to get a purple label, because for most books it cuts the value in half. Okay, but as far as color touch and as far as replacing staples or doing anything like that, I'm not that guy. I don't like to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to clean the book. I want to remove spine ticks, remove crease lines, indentations, and clean the book up to make it better looking, and once you clean it and you press it, then you're going to sustain it for a much longer period of time. Okay? But if you're looking to have a book restored, I'm sure you can find someone out there to do that. I know the thing now is sending a book in and having the restoration removed, the color touch, whatever. They're having that stuff removed, and then they're grading the book so that the restoration is gone. Now they get a blue label. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to be doing restoration. I don't like restoration. I have never color touched a comic book, ever. I would not ever color touch. And when people send me books, I tell them automatically, say, look, I can get the spine ticks out, but the color breaks are still going to be there when I'm done. So, and then some people won't even send me the book because they want it color touched, and I won't do that because I just don't want somebody getting a purple label. Now, chemicals. You know, they make it hard to clean a book and to make it look better. You're not restoring the book. You're cleaning the book. So why is chemicals frowned upon to clean a book? Of foxing, of shadowing, of anything like that, where it's nothing that you did. It's something that is from moisture or humidity. Humidity attaches itself to the book, and when the humidity leaves the book and the pollutants have attached itself, you get foxing, right? So why can't we use chemicals to remove the foxing, the pollutants that we didn't put there, to get it off? That is something I don't understand, and it needs to be changed. Now, if I use chemicals to remove foxing, there's a guy on YouTube, the Comic Book Investor, I believe, is his channel. He invests a great deal of money in books, and sometimes he gets very disappointed on grades that he gets from CGC. And he had an Iron Fist 14 first appearance of Sabretooth come back, and it didn't get the grade he thought it would be. And the reason for that is it had some foxing in the title Iron Fist. Now, I sent him a comment and saying, well, if the foxing was the only thing really on the grader's notes, I mean, I can tell you how to remove the foxing safely without damaging the book. And his first question to me was, and the comment was, do you have to use chemicals? Yes, you do. But if you rinse the cover thoroughly, or wherever the foxing might be, the front cover, the back cover, the pages, whatever, when you're using a chemical or you're using a rinse to rinse the foxing off or to fade it almost completely away, and you rinse the cover, you're taking the chemicals off the cover. So if they flash it with the blue light or anything, it's not going to show up. Okay, so can foxing be removed without chemicals? I haven't found a way yet. Okay, I'm still trying. Okay, I did that giant size X-Men #1. It was full of chemicals. To get all, I mean, because some of that foxing was really, really dark, and now it's gone. But I used chemicals to get it gone. And it took about 14 days to get it all to look like that. So in shadowing, you get books all the time where the whole back is just shadowed or the whole cover is just really, really yellowed. So it takes a lot of time to get that off of there because you need to put your chemical on, you have to let it air dry, which takes a few hours. And then you have to do it again. And then you have to do it again, let it dry, do it again, let it dry, do it again. It's very monotonous work. And you keep going round and round and round because it's you against the foxing and it's you against the shadowing. right? So you have to find that area. So when you get the foxing gone and you get the shadowing to where it's almost completely gone, then you have to do your due diligence. Then you have to be really patient and take your time. You need to set your book and you need to rinse it with distilled water. Probably 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And if you got a blue light and after it's dry, then put your blue light on it and make sure that there's no glow. And make sure that you've rinsed it completely. Put your plastic behind the page. Do whatever you have to do to keep the rest of the book safe. And then just keep rinsing the cover and just let it all fall off the book. Almost the same way as if you were to be rinsing a water stain or a liquid stain off the book. You're rinsing it and you're letting it fall and drip off the edge of the book. That's how you get rid of a water stain. You have to rinse it off. So if it's the spine of the book and you're putting the book and here's the open, you need to rinse the whole book, and as the water stain will just go and drip right off the book. How long does it take? Well, how bad is the water damage? And does it go all the way through? Then you have to remove the staples and then pull each page out and rinse each one. So it takes a lot of time. I have the first appearance of Killmonger that it's got liquid damage all the way through the book. So I have to take the staples out, remove every page, and rinse every page. It takes weeks. Weeks. You think you're ready for pressing? You think you're ready for cleaning? Be sure. I don't like restoration. I like cleaning and bringing back the originality of the book. That's what I like to do. And that's what I'm good at. That's what I have been practicing and getting better at for 30 plus years. And I will continue to master my craft. One of the guys that really impresses me, there's a couple. Rick Morgan, impressive guy. Does what I do, just has gotten to it in a different way. And he does everything on a scientific way. I love that. That's freaking awesome. I started with my mom's steam iron, steaming the cover, baker sheet, and then flat, pressing the book that way. I don't know how many books I ruined. Jerry the Jitterbug. He just, I think, subscribed to my channel, I believe. He's made a couple of comments on videos of mine. He does like leaf casting and stuff like that to fix some Golden Age books where the staples have rotted through. I just watched a video of his. That dude is phenomenal. Why he's only got 530 some odd subscribers is beyond me, because that guy should be one of the most watched. If you're wanting to learn how to do like leaf casting and pulling staples and fixing covers of books and restoring a book, that's the guy you probably need to be checking out. I'm very impressed with his work, and I'm not easy impressed because I've been doing it just as long as a lot of these guys have been doing it. I just choose not to go down that road. So, restoration, it's on the individual. Do you want your book restored? Is it a childhood thing where you bought it when you were a kid? So you have to make that decision. Do you just think it needs a cleaning or a pressing? Then you have to make that decision. Is it going to up the value? Is that your main reason for maybe wanting to do this? these are the questions that you're going to have to ponder. What do you choose to do? If you choose to restore a comic book, you have to live with that decision when you get that purple label. If you choose to clean and press your book, and you want to clean it dry to 100% guarantee that you're not going to get a purple label, then you have to make that decision. Or do you think it needs a wet cleaning? And then you're going to want to send it to someone who has a track record of not getting a purple label because they've done their due diligence, they've had the patience, and they've rinsed the chemicals out of the book. And then, is it worth the cost of having that work done? Because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Some people charge upwards of $150 to do that kind of work. I don't. I think that's freaking ridiculous. Okay, and now with CGC dropping the simple press, which I don't understand anyway. My simple press is this. I use my hand iron, my sealing iron, to remove all the spine ticks, any indentations, and then I press the book. I don't think that's known as a simple press, but that's what I consider to be a simple press. What drives me crazy is you do a simple press with a grading company and you get the book back and it still has pressable defects because they didn't bother to try to get all the spine ticks out because they figure putting the cardboard in and then pressing it is going to remove the spine ticks, and all they did was set them into the book. That's what drives me crazy. Hence, I don't bother with that. I make sure that I remove everything before I press it, and then I press it, and then I'm guaranteed it's not coming back. So you have to make a lot of decisions. So to answer some of these emails, I'm sorry it's such a long explanation, but I want people to really understand where my mind is on this. So to answer a lot of these emails, it's very simple to me. Do not restore your book unless you do not care about its monetary value or the purple label. If it's a childhood thing and it brings back memories, by all means, go for it. If it's staying in your PC, go ahead. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But as far as just doing a book and restoring it, I'm sorry, my opinion is absolutely not. I won't do it. Frankensteining, I don't practice it anymore. Number one, it is very expensive. It's very time consuming. And I just don't have access to, 15 copies, beat up copies of Hulk 181 with Marvel value stamps, because 8 out of 10 of them, that's what's missing. So, but cleaning with chemicals done properly, rinsing, doing everything you're supposed to do properly, that should not be a reason for the purple label. Should not be the reason for a purple label. All you're doing is you're extending the life of the book. Shadowing, foxing causes brittle. Brittle ruins the book. You ever heard of Marvel chipping? It's where you just go like that on the edge of a page and the page just falls apart and disintegrates. It's, to me, cleaning a book is prolonging the life of the book for the next generation to enjoy, like my son or like Rick Morgan's sons. Because we're not selling our PCs. We're passing them on to the next generation. Restoration for me is a no. Cleaning and pressing, I'm good with that. So I hope this helps all those emails. I mean, jeez, it was like 42, I think. 42 or 44 emails I got on restoration or just cleaning and pressing. It's crazy. So I hope this helps. And the comic book investor, I hope that you don't get soured on people using chemicals. You just have to find the right guy that's going to repair your books the right way and doesn't cut corners. Guys like me, we don't cut corners. Rick at Immaculate Comics, he don't cut no corners. Jerry the Jitterbug, as far as I can tell, that man don't cut no corners. So, you know, there's always ways to get better grades. But then again, you have to ask yourself the same question. Is it economically viable to crack it, clean it, and then resubmit it? In all honesty, that decision should have been made before you shipped it off and had it graded in the first place. And on that, this is Big John. I hope this helped you, but right now, I'm out.